Ladies and gentlemen, that's loud, sorry. Please rise for the platform party, faculty, and graduates.
Please be seated, everyone. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Tim O'Keefe. I'm the Dean here at the College of Business, University of West Florida. Most of us in the audience know that, but there are a few guests that we have. On behalf of the administration, the faculty, the students, at University of West Florida, I'd like to welcome you all here to this wonderful event. I'd like to add a special welcome to the friends and the family back in Germany who may be joining us via the webcast. We're particularly glad that you're able to join us and be here today. It's been almost 12 years, September 2002, when I and other University of West Florida representatives visited the Mannheim-Ludwigshafen area of Germany to finalize an educational cooperation with the Transatlantic Institute. Now, we were just this past fall able to go back to that area and celebrate the 10th anniversary of the very first cohort that started back in 2003. And that was a particularly exciting event to see our graduates who returned and to see what they're doing and where they're going in their careers and their lives. We're here today to celebrate the 9th graduating class in this program. I mean, it's been an outstanding cooperation. It allows us to deliver the AACSB accredited MBA to cohorts of young German working professionals while they continue with their careers and are able to complete this accredited MBA along the way. We're going to recognize formally your dedication and your hard work by awarding you the degree in not too many minutes away, and we're honored to be able to do that. We're glad that you're here. We're glad that we can be a part of this celebration, and we'll move on through it. Let me introduce the platform party here. The closest person to me, first of all, is Dr. Ed Ranelli, who is Dean Emeritus of the College of Business, University of West Florida. I'll say more about him later because he's our guest speaker. Next is Professor Dr. Gerhard Raab, who is the Executive Director of the Transatlantic Institute and Professor of Marketing and Management at University of Applied Sciences, Ludwigshafen. And then finally, at the end, Dr. Blaine Lawler, who is the MBA Director here at University of West Florida and Assistant Professor of Management in the College of Business here. Well, it gives me particular pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, because this is somebody that I have worked closely with for 13 years while he was the Dean of the College of Business here at the University of West Florida. He's had a long and distinguished career both in university and in the business world. When he finished his PhD program at University of Alabama, PhD in Econ, he came to the University of West Florida as an assistant professor. I won't say how many years ago that was, but as a young assistant professor, he did well, progressed well in that career, even to the point of taking on a little bit of administrative responsibility here and there, I think, as a chair of Econ. But somehow he was noticed by the business community here in Pensacola. I think it was some consulting projects he was doing or something. And they plucked him out of the university environment and into the business world. And Baptist Healthcare Corporation hired him on as a manager executive. He rose to the level of vice president in that organization, as well as the president and CEO of Azalea Trace, which was a premier retirement community business that was part of that organization at the time. And then in 2000, we were able to lure him back to university as Dean of the College of Business. Over that period of time, there are a number of initiatives that he started and carried out while he was Dean. One of them is this program that we're celebrating right now. The support of the start of this program, basically. He's supported the launch and the progression of our logistics program, and it's now gaining some national recognition. We started a general business program in response to community needs while he was here. He's also been able to connect the College of Business with the business community more closely. One of the major ways he's done that is through the Executive Mentor Program. And the Executive Mentor Program is where we're connecting executives in the community, in the business community, with our students who act as mentors to those students to help bridge the gap between their academic studies and the world of work, what they're really going to have to do when they get out. There are a couple of things significant things that happened that Ed led us through as Dean that cannot go unremarked when you're introducing Ed Rinelli. One of those is shepherding us through 2 rounds of AACSB reaffirmation. You know, AACSB accreditation is the very highest that a school or college of business can get, 5% in the world, basically. And to do that process once, that's an accomplishment. To do it twice in a career as dean is over the top. And then the other one is this magnificent facility that we're enjoying today. It was through Ed's leadership and drive that we're able to enjoy this College of Business Education Center. And I know that he doesn't like this, but it is formally the College of Business Education Center, but I like to refer to it as the College of Business Ed Center on behalf of Ed Rinelli. So please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Dean Emeritus of the College of Business, University of West Florida, Dr. Ed Rinelli.
Well, Guten Abend to all our friends in Germany that are watching the webcast, and to all of our distinguished new MBA graduates. Congratulations. We're delighted to welcome you to the alumni, to being an alumni of the University of West Florida. As Tim mentioned, the UWF German MBA program began in year 2002. I had the pleasure of visiting Ludwigshafen in the Mannheim area to sign that agreement, as Tim mentioned. And it only seems like yesterday, Tim. Things go so rapidly. The program began in partnership in 2002 between the University of West Florida College of Business and Transatlantic Institute at the University of Applied Science in Ludwigshafen and Worms. Using its relationships with the German business community, the Transatlantic Institute recruits mid-level managers to participate in UWF's MBA program. Many of you are familiar with some of the companies that are represented, that are employed by the employers of the students here. They include BASF, John Deere, Deinheimer, AG, SAP, and many other fairly prominent German firms who feel that these are the types of employees that they want to encourage and to promote their professional development, which is quite an honor in and of itself. Students begin their program in January with the 2 weeks of intensive coursework on the campus here at the University of West Florida. We use an executive MBA style format, and the University of West Florida faculty travel to Germany to complete their other courses and begin the capstone experience, which is a highlight of the program. Students return to Pensacola, as you have done here, after 18 months study in June, for 3 weeks to complete their capstone experience and to participate in a variety of business, cultural, social events, as well as this formal commencement ceremony to mark their graduation. This year we had the distinct pleasure of the World Cup competition between U.S. and Germany, and we'll talk a little bit more about that a little later. Students earn their MBA degree from the University of West Florida. The first cohort graduated about 12 students in 2005. And like the University of West Florida's domestic MBA program, the German MBA program, as Tim mentioned, is fully accredited by ASCSB, which is the premier international accrediting agency for colleges of businesses. I think there are about 600 universities that are accredited, and we are delighted to be one of the accredited institutions. And as Tim noted, only about 5% of the colleges of businesses internationally have that distinction of accreditation by ASCSB. And this assures that our faculty, our curriculum, and our strategic management of our program adheres to the highest standards of management education. Through the German MBA program, we promote diversity and a global perspective through two innovative ways: an international teaching and learning experience for UWF College of Business faculty, and a capstone experience that brings the German MBA cohort to Pensacola for this 3-week interactive learning experience with students and faculty here in Pensacola. This cohort is our 9th cohort to graduate from the University of West Florida with an MBA. In total, over the course of these 12 or so years, we have graduated about 101 German MBA students through this program. In January of this year, we started our 10th cohort, and it was our largest cohort ever with about 18 students. The German MBA program has had a major impact on the lives and careers of our graduates. And just to share a few of those highlights, one of the interesting facts is that we have had a marriage between one of our German MBA students and one of our Pensacola MBA students. They now have 2 children and now live in Germany. Our German MBA alumni still meet and confer on a regular basis and network with each other, and I encourage you to do the same and take advantage of those networking opportunities. Let me just cite a couple of comments that some of our students have made about the program in their exit interviews. One student indicated that UWF MBA program's ASCSB accreditation is a huge benefit, and indeed is one of the major reasons why they selected this quality program. German employers have great respect for this accreditation and recognize the rigor of the program that it implies, and we were discussing that earlier a moment ago. Another student cited the German MBA program has helped me to be selected for a promotion because of what I've learned and applied in the program. During the course of an interview, he indicated that I was asked how I would go about solving an issue, and at that moment I brought out my portfolio paper, which you're all very familiar with, and showed him how I could research, analyze, and solve a business problem. And as he indicated, he got the promotion right there on the spot. Another indicated I was able to impress those in my company with my knowledge about our business industry and our organization. These are but a few of the comments about the program. But let me tell you a little bit more about the UWF College of Business in general and make a few comments that I think will also provide testimony to the quality of the program. The mission of the UWF College of Business is to provide a high-quality, student-oriented educational experience to baccalaureate and master's students. The fundamental purpose of our mission is to prepare our graduates for successful careers and lives. While UWF students, while studying here at the University of West Florida, our students have the opportunity, as Tim indicated, to study in this beautiful, iconic building. A building that has the latest high-tech classrooms, with distance learning capability, computer classrooms and laboratories, testing centers, offices for centralized advising center, writing labs, career services, the executive mentoring program, which Tim mentoring, tutoring center, administrative student and faculty offices, and more importantly, group study rooms where students can gather and interact with faculty and staff. We also have a cafe and a commons area and courtyard where students can gather and hang out in between their classes. And of course, this iconic two-story atrium is really our pride and joy and allows us to host events such as this graduation ceremony and to host business speakers and others from the community that come out and engage with our faculty and our students. The UWF College of Business has approximately 1,300 undergraduate students and 150 MBA and graduate students. The undergraduate and graduate curriculum focuses on written and oral communication, critical thinking, integrity and ethics, project management, and content. And we have a curriculum that is rigorous and high quality. But the real heart and soul of our program is our faculty. 90% of our faculty have their terminal degrees, their PhDs, in their field of study. And more importantly, most of them have practical business experience in the sense that they've been there and worked in their particular field. And they have published extensively in their discipline in peer-reviewed publications. External indications of the quality of our business programs include a wide variety of metrics that we track on a regular basis. For example, we give all of our graduating seniors an exit exam that is given at about 300 universities in the U.S., and about 100,000 students participate in this exam each year. And I'm happy to report that this year, and for the last 4 or 5 years, I guess it is, our students have scored in the top 80% compared with other students on this exam, which is designed specifically to measure their preparation for successful careers in business. And for a small university like the University of West Florida, we're quite proud of that distinction of being in the top 20% on the national, our students being in the top 20% on this important performance metric. Last year, one of our students scored in the 99.9 percentile on this exam, placing him among the elite of the elite in business students across the U.S. As Tim mentioned, we are accredited by ASCSB, the premier international accrediting agency, and this assures that our faculty, our curriculum, and the strategic management of our programs conform to the highest standards of management education. In 2002, our students in our accounting program ranked 5th in the U.S. in first-time pass rates on the U.S. and scores on the U.S. CPA exam. This is 5th out of about 266 universities in the U.S. And if I listed the names of these universities, these are some very prominent universities that who have brand names in the states. And ranking 5th in that is quite an accomplishment for our students. We also ranked 2nd in the state of Florida, ahead of all but one of the other 12 public universities in the state of Florida. Indeed, also in 2012, one of our accounting graduates was one of only 37 individuals out of 90,000 students graduates that took the CPA exam to receive the Elijah Sales Award with a 95.5 score on all 4 sections of the CPA exam. That's quite an accomplishment as well. And I think over the course of the last several years, we've had about 5 students, graduates of the university accounting program, receive the Elijah Sales Accounting Award. Another prominent program is our logistics program. And in the last 6 years, UWF logistics students have placed first 2 times, second 2 times, third once, and fourth once in international logistics competition and national logistics competition in competition with 16 other teams from the top logistics programs across North America. Last year, one of our MBA students earned the title of Grand Champion in Global Strategy Competition under the direction of our MBA director, Blaine Lawler, against students from 600 international and national institutions. In recent years, UWF MBA students have published over 25 peer-reviewed articles in peer-reviewed case management journals based upon their portfolio projects that they completed as part of their program here. And that's good testimony to the quality of these portfolio programs. So we are delighted to welcome you to your new alma mater, and you can be proud of your degree from the University of West Florida. The university faculty and staff are delighted to welcome you as our new German MBA students to members of our over 70,000 alumni from the University of West Florida. We are confident that your MBA and educational experience at UWF has prepared you well for successful careers in life. We congratulate you on your accomplishments and wish you well with your advancement in your career. I know many of you were watching the World Cup competition here over the weekend. And I also want to congratulate the German team and the U.S. soccer team in the World Cup competition. Obviously, Klinsmann and 5 other German Americans were just not good enough to beat the German team and Die Mannschaft, the soccer team. But we may meet again, so we shall see. But the World Cup competition is really a metaphor for what is really going on in this global world of ours. If you look at the composition of those teams, you will note that they basically have an international flavor. There are national teams, but the members of those teams come from all over the globe. And that is a real metaphor of what this global world is all about. You will be competing in a global workforce environment, and we feel you're very well prepared to compete in that environment, in this international environment. Again, congratulations, and we welcome you to your new alma mater. Be safe on your travels back home, and of course, good luck to both the German and U.S. World Cup competition, and also to all of you in your future careers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ranelli. In a few minutes, we'll begin the presentation of degrees, but first, we would like to give Professor Dr. Gerhard Raab, Executive Director of the Transatlantic Institution, the opportunity to address the graduates.
Yeah, dear Dean Ranelli and Dean Emeritus Ranelli, and also Blaine Lawyer, MBA Director, friends, families, and faculty members, and of course, especially dear MBA candidates of the Cohort 2014. It is a pleasure and an honor for Katrin Powell and me to be with you today here in Pensacola, at the University of West Florida, and of course in this wonderful new building. The building reflects the academic and the scientific spirit, and I think we just now can feel the spirit. And the building forms a sustainable frame for higher education, for scientific research, and for team spirit. Today is an important day for all of us, but also, of course, a special day for you MBA candidates. It is an important day for you because the graduation is a final step in your 18 months program, and it's an important step in your life. Benjamin Franklin once said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest rate." Knowledge. During the last 18 months, of course, you gained a lot of new and useful knowledge about different management theories, topics, and tools. This kind of knowledge offers a possibility for you to see the challenges in the global world and in your company from a different perspective and in an effective way. And you can use this knowledge, for example, like you did in your MBA course, to design a bag from different perspectives. From the perspective of a man or from the perspective of a woman, but I don't want to deepen the specific kind of differences. And beside all this knowledge, an important part of the MBA program was to increase and to deepen your knowledge about different cultures, like the US and other countries. This kind of knowledge is a key. It's a key to see the differences and the opportunities in the global world and competitive business world, and this world is our world and it is your world. And your MBA program, in cooperation with the Transatlantic Institute and the College of Business, from my point of view, is one step in the direction and in the sense of Benjamin Franklin we have to go in the future. We have to invest in our knowledge, and we have to open ourselves in our own interest and in the interest of our world. This kind of social resource is the basis and is the only way to build a peaceful environment around the globe, and is the key to be successful for you in the global and competitive workplace. You know, this MBA program, you already told that, exists now for 12 years. Last summer, we celebrated our 10th anniversary in Ludwigshafen, and today, the time is running, is our 9th graduation here in Pensacola. And at the end of this graduation, we will have 101 graduates. So I would like to say thank you to all of you here in Pensacola who made this partnership and this successful and cooperative MBA program happen. And a special thank you to Ed, to Tim, to Blaine, and to Melissa. You know, your spirit, your open-minded way of thinking is the main pillar of this partnership and this friendship. But moreover, I would like to say thank you to all the people who were there for you MBA candidates, your friends, your colleagues, and of course, your family. They supported you during a hard time because of all that paperwork, case studies, portfolio papers that must be done. Gaining an MBA is not possible without the understanding and the support of the people who are close to you. But finally, you made the game to get your MBA degree. And you made this game because of your motivation, your willpower, and your team spirit. You know, like in soccer, okay? Excellent players are important, but at the final end, the success is based on the team. We wish you take your team and your knowledge for your future and forever. And congratulations from Katrin, Joachim, and I'm quite sure that Joachim will watch us, and me. We are proud of you and we wish you the very best. And now let's enjoy this moment. Let's enjoy this evening and keep in mind, you hold the future in your own hand. Thank you.
We really appreciate the great words from Dr. Rinaldi and Dr. Rob. And hopefully I pronounced the name right, Dr. Gerhard Rob. It is now our pleasure to recognize the accomplishment of those graduates in a formal hooding and degree presentation ceremony. Each of the members of the platform party has a part in this ceremony. Allow me to describe the process for those unfamiliar with our diploma ceremonies. First, I will present the candidates to Dean O'Keefe for the awarding of the degree. Next, Professor Dr. Gerhard Rob will call each student forward individually to be honored by receiving the Master of Business Administration hood and the Master of Business Administration degree. The hood is a traditional piece of academic regalia that clearly distinguishes graduate level achievement. The hood also identifies the scholar's discipline and the school awarding the degree. There's different colors, different things that you can look at and tell which university they came from, what degree they had. So that's what the hood is. The color lining in the hood, in this case light brown, represents the discipline of business. The green, blue, and white colors inside the hood are the colors of the University of West Florida. If you look at the various hoods of other professors, you'll notice that they're different because we all graduated from different universities. So it's something to look at and see. Graduates, as you come forward, you'll pause in front of me and Dean Emeritus Rinaldi, and we will place the hood over your head. And that'll be over right about there. Then you're going to proceed to Dr. Dean O'Keefe, who will present you with a diploma cover. Make sure you pause long enough for pictures, as you'll want those pictures later. As Dean O'Keefe greets a new MBA, it is appropriate for the rest of us to congratulate the graduate with applause. So you can applause after each one. It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today to announce the 9th graduating class of UWF TI Germany MBA program. Will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration please rise? Please rise. Dean O'Keefe. These candidates have been approved and recommended by the faculty to receive their master's degree upon completion of all requirements.
Governor Balbo, please come to the podium. Alexander Eske. Simon Gernand. Dennis Klingelmeier. Helene Klippan. Hannes Koske. Markus Manderi. Lars Palatinus. Roland Riese. Kerstin Weinert. Steffen Weiß. Alexander Wiebe.
Okay, the final official announcement. By the authority delegated to me by the faculty and the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the master's degree to which you are entitled and welcome you to this ancient and honorable company of scholars. You may be seated.
Congratulations, what a wonderful event this is. In arriving at the point of our graduations, our graduates have enjoyed special support from our talented and dedicated staff at UWF and the Transatlantic Institute. Some of these staff members are here, others are not. As I read your name, would you please stand and remain standing? From Transatlantic Institution, Catherine Paul. Joachim von Hunius, who's not here. From UWF, Melissa Broad. Carolyn Peck. Colleen Clare. And Skipper Chapelka. Thank you for the wonderful support. Without the support of these great people, the program would not exist and would not run as smoothly. It's amazing how it makes everything look easy when it's really not. There's a lot of things that have to be done. So I greatly appreciate that. And so thank you for applauding them and recognizing them for the work that they've done. This time I'd like to, one of the main benefits of a university are the various professors. University's primary students and faculty, ably assisted by administrative staff. The success of the graduate program and its graduates is shaped by the dedication in teaching and learning displayed by the program faculty. Will the faculty involved in this program please stand? They love to go out and teach and interact with you. They do a wonderful job, and I greatly appreciate the work that you do in that. And there's a lot of the faculty that are not here. Some are on vacation, and as you applaud those as well. And it's the love and knowledge of the faculty gives heart to the university and to this program. And so, thank you so much. Now, working professionals who enter a rigorous MBA program, such as this one, and as in our exit interviews this morning, I heard that it was rigorous, and so we are keeping to that honorable tradition. And it says, you're a especially hardy breed, and I congratulate you on completing it. But, it is not only your extreme perseverance and discipline and sacrifice that is involved, but you can't do it alone. Most are the beneficiaries of extraordinary support from many friends and family members. And I'm sure that there's many of them that are listening on the webcast that we want to thank personally for the help. And I know your graduates really are grateful for the help you do. And many of them are here in the audience, and we greatly appreciate you coming all the way to support them. And thank you for the great support you're doing. These family and friends deserve our thanks and appreciation. I think it would be appropriate to acknowledge their contributions. Please join me in applauding their efforts. I know for me it's been a real pleasure to interact and work with you, and I know in talking with other faculty they feel much the same. It's an honor to learn from you and from you to learn from us and learn together. And this concludes our ceremony. And please join us for the reception right after the ceremony. And will everyone please stand and remain standing until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have left the area.